So I recently put out a poll about what kind of video I should do next, and I got half and half results for dating with bipolar disorder and life update. So I decided that I was gonna do a little mix of both. I'm gonna um, do a life update, but more related to my relationship. And I've been kind of hesitant to share information about my relationship because I feel like it's not only about me and like what I'm putting out, but also my boyfriend and what I'm putting out about him too. So I felt that, I should keep that separate, but I'm gonna talk about how bipolar disorder has affected our relationship in the past and how I act related to where I am in moods has affected how we kind of connect and the development of our relationship. Um so to be honest, I can't say that before this relationship I ever had any bipolar disorder related breakups. They were always kind of cut short before the bipolar disorder could really affect like the relationship itself. I think that multiple times I have gotten into a relationship because I've been manic and I thought that I really liked a person and it ended up not working out for whatever reason, but it wasn't related to my bipolar tendencies. Um, so that's just a side note that it's something to watch out for, I guess. When you're manic, you tend to be more social, you tend to want to be connected to people, and you tend to like be head over heels for somebody that you might not be if you were normal or depressed. And the thing is, it's hard to even judge that because when you're depressed, I feel like you're disconnected from everybody. So that is not to say what you're feeling during mania isn't valid. I'm just saying that in my experience, I always start things with guys when I'm more manic than when I'm like more stable or depressed. Um, with my current relationship, actually it's around the same idea. We got together the summer before my big like psychotic break. I was kind of getting more manic over that summer, but it wasn't truly noticeable until I went to U of I. And this was the um wait. This was 2021. Yeah. So uh we had started talking in 2020, and it was because I started this YouTube channel and I was kind of sharing it with a lot of people I knew to like improve the subscriber count, I guess. And he was one of the people that I really connected with because of that. He had his own YouTube channel, he was working at a nursing home as well, and we kind of talked a lot about both. And then um eventually we uh got off of Steam, which is where we met. We met on Dota, which is a game on Steam, and we went over to Facebook Messenger, and that's still where we message today, honestly, because we think that texting is not as easy. We like the chat bubble thing and just all the messenger functions. But anyway, um yeah, so that was like January of 2022, or no, 2021, sorry. January of 2021, we started talking online a lot, like every day, and then we got together later that year. And we had known each other since 2016, so it's been a while, but we weren't talking that whole time. Uh, I was actually calling him a lot when I was at school in 2017 because I was having a hard time. I don't remember this, but he does. And I don't doubt that I did because I had his phone number in my phone. And I remember talking to people and feeling like I didn't have a lot of people. And he was one of the people that I did go to at that time. Um, and in general, when he told me that had happened, and more recently, when he's telling me how he acts and like just listening to what he says about how he interacts with other people and his values, I felt that I really connected to him and we have the same values. And I also really found it like what I really found in him was like a sense of safety because with a lot of other people, I felt like that if I were manic or if things went downhill, they would just try a little, maybe like tell me this is what you should do, but if it didn't work, then they would leave me. And that's one of my biggest fears is that my relationship won't work out because of bipolar disorder. And with Nick, though, it's like what he's saying to me and what he's helping me out with is helping prevent a lot of like bipolar attacks, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, but like severe manic episodes, severe depressive episodes. Like he's been there to help me avoid them. And actually, my last um run in with near mania was brought back from, you know, going off the deep end because he had told me, you need to stay away from this. Because, okay, he's told me, you need to stay away from numbers because numbers is what pushes me towards mania and psychotic breaks every time. And I listened to him this time, which I didn't do last time, back last year. Um, but I did this time and I didn't have any psychotic breaks, and it's also due to the medications I was taking, I think, and just my willpower to not take that route. Because sometimes it's very tempting. It's like when you are really manic, those ideas are there and you have to actively like shut them out or work against them. They're almost like intrusive thoughts, and I don't want to say that you just straight up avoid them because sometimes that makes it worse. It's like pushing its way in. You kind of have to reason out what is happening and keep it in a separate part of your brain so that it's just hanging out there and you're not interacting with it. I know that I have another video about intrusive thoughts. If you're interested in that, I'll put it in the description and probably up here so that you guys see what's going on. Um but yeah, so when it comes to my relationship now, I feel like there's a lot of tension in the air sometimes because when I'm manic, I tend to say things a lot more aggressively and forcefully, and my boyfriend is really sensitive to that because he grew up in a family where they speak nice to each other and they don't have a passive aggressive tone like is normal in my family. So I think to work out as a couple, I have to be more careful about the wording. And also on Nick's side, he would have to, take things like less seriously, I guess. I know that that's not great to say because it's like basically I should be the one changing the way that I act, but I think that a lot of things that I say, especially in a disagreement or when I have an opinion or statement that is more, serious or opposing the other person, I tend to say it in a way that's not, you know, considerate. I tend to say it in a way that's more passive aggressive or even aggressive. And it was even yesterday I said something. So I think that although this is slightly related to bipolar, it's also just related to relationships in general, because I think that anybody can have a faulty communication with their partner because of aggression or passive aggression, and it's not great to have those things when you're communicating with a partner. So that's one thing. Um Another thing is when I'm depressed, I tend to complain or whine a lot about the situation that we're in. Me and my boyfriend are doing a long distance relationship. We're 6 hours apart. I live near Chicago and he lives in Minnesota, like around Rochester and the Twin Cities. So it's hard to say like exactly what's going into this relationship because of bipolar. I haven't had the horror stories of bipolar disorder relationships yet, and I know that I've talked about those in other videos. I have, I think, three others where I talk about um, tips and tricks in bipolar disorder, and or tips and tricks in bipolar disorder to have a healthy relationship, and also what not to do, because I've been going through Reddits about, unsuccessful marriages and relationships because of bipolar. And the thing about that Reddit feed is that it only talks about the bad things unless someone's commenting on someone else's, like, oh, this actually could work. You just have to do this. And everyone's coming to Reddit when they have problems. They don't come when they are having a good time. They have no advice to ask for, so they're not going to be like, oh, we're doing great. But um, I think that since a lot of you are interested in bipolar relationships, I will do some more Reddit reviews on bipolar disorder relationships and analyze exactly what they did right, what they did wrong, and kind of, guide you guys in the right direction when it comes to relationships. And if any of you want to have your own relationship kind of analyzed by me, you can shoot me a comment or email me, yeah, but also Instagram works as well. So if you want to message me on Instagram, we can talk more privately, so your story is not out in the open for anybody to see. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of my personal experience recently with bipolar and relationships, but I will be doing more in the future about relationships and life updates. So to wrap up, in case any of you are newcomers and lasted this long in the video, I have a giveaway event where if you comment on 5 videos that I've uploaded in January, I will give you a personalized gift. And right now it seems that everyone who comments 5 times on January videos will receive something, because not a lot of people have done it. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that jazz, and then share with at least one of your friends. You can share this link or any of the other videos if you think that they would find it helpful. So yeah, make sure you comment. You can just comment right now and go back to January videos. You don't have to wait for me to upload more. Um, So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found this a little eye-opening or enlightening, I guess, about how a relationship can be. It doesn't have to be like a horror story like you might have heard. I think it all depends on communication. So, that is it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.